Fine. Let's see, Vivek. Okay.
Yeah.
Bathroom, as a business, I want to create a physical product. But yeah, I actually come back to this, okay? Because the fun will be lost. The progressive reveal of the rose is more funnier. And then we'll actually go back to this as well. Because this summary also is very important. Okay. So, bathroom. So, create a physical product. Use the word switch on, off light, exhaust fan, and geyser. Interesting. So, one thing. So, when you say switch off on light of the geyser, now that's it. Is it just about switching on and off light, or is there something else?
Yeah, it's just about switching on and switching off without forgetting.
Correct. Without forgetting. That part is missing.
Yeah. I wrote that in the upcoming
That's the
steps.
point. When the user has this goal, they also have without forgetting in their mind, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? It's not
Yes.
something which you are inserting as a designer. It is
Yeah.
something which is there in the mind of the user as well. So it becomes a part of the goal.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Sub goal is to switch off after using bathroom. And how is this a sub goal? It's the same thing, no? Oh, because you removed on.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Like these are valid goals. Okay, let's see what is the pain points you have identified. Forgetting to switch off after using bathroom, using switches with wet hands, no intimation alert to switch it off. Okay. Opportunities automatically turn off the switch if the user does not turn it off. Provide an alert information switches on. Dabidi dibidi dibidi dabidi. Means just playing here and there and here, like, just turning things here and there, right? So, what's the problem? This is at a surface level, correct? You've either done it because you think this card should have only limited information, either you have done that, or you just did not think more than this, right? No, you'll have to really explain. When you explain the pain points and opportunities, you have to really go into details and explain. You need to get into the stories and you need to really explain, right? You need to really get into the journey of the user for accomplishing this particular goal, go micro into it. You have done it as a part of the exercise. You have to go there and you have to define the problems in as deeper manner as possible, with a lot of details relating it to how is it leading to a user achieving this goal or not achieving this goal because of the pain points and opportunities. It can't be just that, oh, the goal is to switch off, the user is not able to switch off, they forgot about it. What you will do at the end of the product, I know what you will do. I literally know what you will do. Some device to just give me a reminder to switch off, something like that. Over, no. Why do this project? At the end of it, you don't even need to build anything because already the things are there in the market. So there's no point. So what you need to do, you need to really deep dive into this, right? The goal is great. The goal is about user forgetting to switch off, switch on these lights and all that stuff. There's a great area to get into. But there's a lot of details which are happening over here. A lot of things which are happening when a user is trying to do that. You need to get into those things. So again, you also remember the word, how do I define problems? I need to get into their behaviors. I need to go beyond the surface level things which I wrote over here. Okay, very good. Now let's see supporting evidence. 5 users communicated the interview that they forgot any of the family members to forgot switch off many times in their life, especially when they are busy or some thoughts running in the mind. As a part of as a part of verbal quantitative research as well, many agreed that they do not forget in many stages of life. What did you even write? What is this verbal quantitative research?
I verbally spoke to a few of my apartment mates and few
That is
other.
qualitative research. That's not quantitative.
Okay.
Why even get to something called quantitative and qualitative research? Good. At least you claimed something, now you learned. So it's not bad, right? So that way you're good. We are just laughing on ourselves to learn. That's it. Okay. So when you write, giving attention to detail, using proper punctuation, all these basics are pretty important. But on the other hand, you should not write like the Constitution of India. You don't have to do that, right? Simple, but also make sure your English is decent enough, or whatever language you use. For now, English. Yeah. In many stages of their life is too philosophical. Okay. You might want to just say that when I interviewed people, users whom I spoke to have agreed that they have forgotten to switch off the geyser or light or whatever, right? Many times in their past. That's it. Okay. Stages of their life is too much. like childhood stage, adolescent stage, adult stage. Apart from that, I had experienced within my family that many children, adults, senior citizens forgetting switch off. They're like, so this is you. With that said, I myself not. And again, even yesterday I had forgot to switch off the lights at geyser. On an average, individuals forget 4 to 5 times a month. Now you're getting into statistical data. Okay. Keep electricity, which is not recommended or advisable. I feel that this is a major problem in each and every bathroom. Now you are becoming a politician now. So I selected my problem statement that I can conserve electrical energy. Anyway, so see, firstly, I need to understand one thing. So I need to appreciate one thing for what you're trying to say. At least you intended to write down why is it that you think that this problem is a problem that you should solve. I appreciate you for it. I really appreciate you for it. When you say supporting evidence, you're at least intending to say that, hey, you know what? This is an important problem for me to solve. And this is the reason why I think it's an important problem for me to solve. Just that whatever you've written in that, it's bad. That's it, right? You've totally gone into things like, I want to consume energy of the world and stuff like that. This is a problem with every bathroom today. Every household is suffering. Like you've gone into the politician mode, right? No. Supporting evidence is nothing but the stories, the specific stories which you hear, the specific details of what is actually causing those pain points and what is that which made you think of the opportunities to solve problems over there, right? These specific stories is what is supporting evidence. Someone was asking, right? Should I mention the name of the people, name of the person whom this is coming from? Should I put a recording of that? Should I put a photo of that? You don't have to. You can, obviously, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. The details, the specific details themselves present that it is evidence, it is coming from actually real users. Or else there is no point going to users. To write something like this, you don't even have to talk to users, isn't it?
I agree to that.
No, ultimately you yourself forgot. Over, right? So your supporting evidence is not about telling it 5 different ways. It's about going into the stories, into specific details. That is what your supporting evidence is, right? That was a wonderful power nap. Let me quickly take bath and go to office. Good. Turns on switches of the light, exhaust fan and geyser. Enjoying the shower. Oh my God, dude, how much time did you spend doing this, dude? You don't spend a lot of time. You should not. This is not the main part of the project. Yeah. It looks like you have spent a lot of time illustrating this. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna be late to office today. I have to get ready to reach office soon. Did I switch off the light, exhaust fan, and geyser? I should have switched it off. You are in office, huh? Are there any mobile apps check if I switched off? I don't think so. Going to the solution already. I had forgot to switch it off, and it had been about 10 hours. Fourth or fifth time I'm forgetting to switch off after using bathroom. The electricity bill for me is gonna be high. Can somebody please fix this issue? There enters you, Vivek, I guess. Don't worry. I somehow expected this. Myself and team are looking into the issue we are facing. You become customer support finally, dude. Anyway, so firstly, I appreciate your effort on putting a journey like this. At least it gives you clarity about what is that you're trying to solve for, the need for it. It establishes in a very good manner. But the problem you have defined is at a very surface level, and for which the effort you have put is not worth it. Right? It takes effort. This is not easy. I can see it. Did you do it using some Photoshop or something?
I did it Illustrator and XD.
Illustrator. It takes effort. I can see that. Like, you have actually put effort to do all this. But at what cost? What if the idea itself gets rejected? All this is gone, right? Probably this polishing you could have done after your project is over. Once this is the final idea which was selected, this is the final problem which was selected. That is when you could have polished it. Right now, the fidelity is enough as much as we can see what Nabina did. Simple. Even here also I understood the story. If I reject this, which I did, you can go back and do 10 of them. But can you do 10 of these? You can't. It's very painful. And it leads to one big bias which we have as designers. What is that bias? Can you guess what is it?
Adapting to feedback.
Yes, we cannot accept feedback when we have put too much amount of effort into something. It's very difficult for us to accept feedback. That's why the fidelity of our project should only keep increasing with time goes as we keep refining with feedback. And we don't start with very high fidelity. We don't do that. This is a very, very important reason for that. Your time should be spent in thinking deeper about the problem, about the story. In the thought process is where you need to spend time. In the revisions, that this should be your 10th revision. That is where you put your time in, not in making this asset beautiful and wonderfully presented. No, not at this stage at least. Awesome. Very good.